Hey ladies, today is Thursday, November 4th, 2021. 32 weeks, 2 days pregnant. And as you can see, I am in the hospital. Um, a lot has happened since I made my last video. I debated a lot on whether to make this video and if I do, whether to post it. I didn't really know how much I wanted to share, to be honest with you. Um, so why am I here? Well, I am being induced, and unfortunately, the baby will be born at 32 weeks and probably 3 days, probably tomorrow. Um, how did we get here? um, it's been a rough 2 days. Honestly, this has only been a 2 day journey on getting to being induced, and it started with me having going to a routine doctor's appointment and getting yesterday, and I had a sonogram and a non-stress test, and that's where they test uh, check the baby's movements and heart rate and all that based off his movements. And everything was going well, but they took my blood pressure and it was really elevated. And I'm sorry, I'm out of it. I'm on magnesium. So we'll get there and I'll explain why. Um, Magnesium can make you really out of it. So none of this was planned. And so, I wanted to do a video on what I'm packing in my hospital bag. And I don't know, videos on other things. But I don't have a hospital bag with me. And things didn't go as planned, as life sometimes doesn't, whatever. So here we are, and I had a routine doctor's visit, and they took my blood pressure. I'm sorry, I'm so dehydrated. Giving me fluids, but just my mouth is so dry. So my blood pressure was high. They decided that they wanted to test my blood levels to see if I have preeclampsia, whatever it is, you don't want it. And I swear up and down that I didn't, because I felt fine. I felt absolutely fine. I felt tired and stuff, but I'm pregnant. I was 8 months pregnant. Um, and so I'm like, I feel fine for the most part. But what's really interesting is that after that one elevated um, blood pressure, they sent me to labor and delivery so they could monitor my blood pressures. They went down to normal. So my blood pressure wasn't actually an issue. I was actually like stressing, when like having a little bit of an anxiety attack from them taking my blood pressure, because they had started to get a little high at home, and not that high. But yeah, I was just starting to have anxiety about it. It's taking your blood pressure every day, if you have blood pressure issues, can like kind of create some anxiety. And so, my apologies with the light, but it'll be back. I don't know what's going on. Let me check, because I'm not gonna stop the video. What's going on with this light? All right, guys, we'll have to work with this. So anyway, they got my blood work. My blood work came. Here we go. My blood work came back, and everything was normal, with except of one thing: my liver. And apparently, my liver enzymes were um, elevated, and severely elevated. And it's crazy because I felt fine, and I had a liver enzyme test whenever, not too long ago, whenever the last one was, and at that time it was normal. So it all of a sudden elevated, and we weren't sure why, and they were hesitant to call this preeclampsia in the beginning, but then the decision was made to just go ahead and call it that because of the elevated liver um, enzyme. Sorry. And so yeah, so here we are. And that didn't mean I had to get induced. What it meant was I had to be in the hospital, and I had to start, and I'm red, I had to start magnesium. And I had to start magnesium, and they decided to put me on magnesium as a precaution. The magnesium essentially protects your brain so you don't have a stroke or um, a seizure, which is what they were saying. But the magnesium, this is my first time getting magnesium. I did not have it in my first pregnancy. Or anybody who's ever had it, um, you know, what I now know is that it's rough. It's rough. It can, um, it makes you feel like crap a lot. So, um, and you're loopy, you feel weird, can't get up to go to the bathroom, had to have a catheter put in, which is still in, can't get up, can't eat, can only have clear liquids and broths and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if you can hear it in the background, but that's the baby's heartbeat. I'm on the monitor for the baby's on the monitor right now. Baby's been good, thankfully. Baby has looked great. My blood pressure has been great since I'm here. Ironic, not one high one since that first high one. Um, but my liver enzymes have continued to escalate, and so what they were hoping was that I could stay here, get magnesium for like 24 hours, get off of the magnesium, stay here, continue to be continue to be monitored, and then they'd induce at 34 weeks. They were trying to get me as close to 34 weeks as possible. Um, but that's not happening. They're inducing now. They did give me 2 shots of a steroid to help babies' lungs develop. I got one yesterday, and then I got the second one today, which was in the event of a premature delivery, which is unfortunately where we're at. Um, I don't know how to feel. I don't know if I made this video to talk about feelings. I have a lot of feelings. Yeah, I feel broken because why is this happening? And it was like a silent hidden thing, I guess. Luckily they caught it, but luckily I had an anxiety attack that induced or triggered this um, high blood pressure, which got them to run the labs, which got them to find this. The doctor even mentioned that had I been calmer and the blood pressure wasn't elevated, that they likely wouldn't have caught it. At least not yesterday. They may have caught it eventually, but looking at how it's getting progressively worse, would they have caught it in time? So needless to say, I'm done having babies. um, I can't put myself through this ever again. I can't put my family through this ever again. My husband, my daughter, my rest of my family, I can't. mean, I'm not saying I wanted a lot more children. I don't know. Uh, I'm not saying I wanted a lot more children or anything, but I just hadn't made the decision that I was done yet, right? Like, um, I hadn't made that decision, and I wanted to make the decision. I didn't want it to be made for me, but it is being made for me, and I'm kind of making it as well. But it's being made for me. Like, my body doesn't like being pregnant. um, yeah, it just like this liver thing could have, you know, if it wasn't caught. So, so here we are, and unfortunately, I'm going to have a premature 32-week-old baby, and I'm scared to death about what that means to the baby's health and future and development. Um, and I'm hoping that once the baby is out, that my liver will return to normal, which is what they expect. So hopefully that's what happens. I'm here by myself right now. I've been here by myself because the way this happened was just so unexpected. Um, I mean, you know, my husband, I have a 2 year old. My husband, he's with her. And this really just came out of nowhere. Um, I was expecting to come home and I didn't. So I didn't have anything. So what's in my hospital bag? I don't have a bag, just my purse. But thankfully, I had my charger, and but I didn't have a bag. I'm not prepared. Goes to show you, you kind of probably don't need any of that stuff. The only thing that you will need, which I won't need because my baby will be premature, is something to go home in, of course, and whatever toiletries you want to use. But they do give you toiletries in the hospital. You might not want to use theirs. You might want to bring a pillow from home. Um, you might not. Um, you don't need robes and stuff. I bought last time I bought all these robes. I bought 2 robes to deliver in. I didn't use them because delivery can be messy vaginally, and so you don't need that. But if you want it, just be careful that it could be messy. So you might want to put it on after the baby's born, just for like a picture or something. I didn't even use mine last time. This time I did plan to actually bring it, um, but plans change. I literally have the clothes I was wearing yesterday and whatever's in my purse. Um, yeah, so that's where I am. Just, I'm kind of, I don't want to say in disbelief. It's been so fast the last 2 days. They were thinking that, like I said, that they could get me maybe to 33 weeks, 34 weeks was ideal. But listen, please. But that's not happening. They've already started the inducement, induction, whatever you want to call it, but I don't know, process. I had a pill of something called miso, a vaginal pill, um, to like soften the cervix, which for me was completely closed because I'm only 32 weeks. So why would my body be dilated? Although I guess it could be, but it wasn't. And I had one of them 4 hours ago, and then I just got another one, and hopefully the second one will do more because the first one I was still closed. And then once that, I'll get the balloon catheter thing, even though I have a catheter. I don't know how. I'll get the balloon catheter thing, and that'll help dilate my cervix. And that's assuming everything goes to plan. So, um, and, um, yeah, just a different experience. Like I said, my first time. My husband was here. We didn't have any other children, and this time I'm, because of the way everything went down, I'm kind of doing, oh, not kind of, I am here doing it alone. I don't want to say too much to anybody because, yeah, people get nervous and stuff, and he's there with my daughter, and I know he's freaked out. It's just the two of them, and um, I don't know. Sorry about that. The nurse came in and took vitals and checked reflexes. When you're on magnesium, you have a catheter. They have to check your urine output every hour and check your reflexes, either in your legs, knees, or arms and wrists. I also get blood work every 5 or 6 hours to see how my liver is doing. And since I've gotten here, it's gotten progressively worse. They said normal liver enzymes are like 20 or 30. And when they decided that it was time to induce me, mine came back at like 200, 300. So well over normal. And they just didn't want to risk it anymore. And it's crazy because this really came out of nowhere. And I don't have any symptoms otherwise. I don't have any pain, any blurry vision, any headaches. I'm urinating. I have a catheter, so they see exactly how much I'm urinating. Not urinating is a sign of preeclampsia. Um, so yeah, I'm not having a lot of the typicals, but it's fine. I am, I just I feel like a failure, and it's weird. I know, and the doctor one specialist told me, she's like, this is not your fault, but I'm sorry you carried a blood pressure machine. I also get my blood pressure taken every hour now. It started off at every 15 minutes, then became every 30 minutes. Now it's every hour. But she said, this is not your fault. It's not your fault. It's nothing you could have done. But it still makes me feel like a failure. It makes me feel broken. I feel like I let this baby down because now it has to be born early, way early. Give me a minute. All the machines. It's actually beeping because it's low, 103/46. So that's a thing. So we call the nurse and then I'll get back to you guys. It's low, too low. Isn't it crazy? The person here being thought of as having, what's wrong with this light? The person here, that's not much better, is it? Sorry, I can't get good lighting the way I want. That's better, I guess. The person here being thought of as having high blood pressure has called the nurse because the blood pressure is too low. I am using the TV light as the background light because my eyes the magnesium, I'm just really tired and loopy and out of it, if you can't tell. And so, which is why I was debating whether I should document this or not. Um, but I went ahead for it. So don't leave me a bunch of nasty comments about how horrible the video is. Whatever. I'm giving birth for 32 weeks. I think I get to have whatever video I want. And this isn't really the video I want, but, you know. Um, but yeah, like, I feel like, a failure. I feel like I've let people down. I know I didn't cause it, but I just really feel like I let my family down. I feel like I let this baby down. My husband um, is just freaking out. He can't be here right now. My daughter's too, so she has no idea what's going on. So that's a blessing. My parents, everybody's kind of like, me, more importantly, the baby, me, I just feel broken. Because I should be able to do this, right? Like, I'm, I don't know. I know things like this happen, but I'm done, I'm just like, I should be able to do this. And, um, otherwise healthy for the most part. And, you know, but I've never had a liver issue a day in my life, and hopefully I won't after this. They believe that the liver in the baby will send my liver enzymes back to normal. That's the only way to treat preeclampsia. There are no treatments for it. So, um, it's just the magnesium that they give to try to help. Um, I can't stand the overhead lights. They killing me, so I can't turn that on to make the video. But anyway, so they're giving the magnesium to help, but that only helps your brain. It does not treat the liver issue. And the only thing that ever treats preeclampsia is delivery. So pray for us. Um, pray for my baby, me, and I'll update you as soon as I can. That's I was expecting a Christmas baby, and I'm not even at Thanksgiving yet. So, all right, ladies. I will talk to you soon. Stay safe.